This is GeroTheHero, and this is my review of Orange Episode 5. Kakeru in this episode redeems himself in this episode by asking Naho to walk together after school, and her friends help by acting like they are busy, so Kakeru and Naho can be alone. This is different from the letter because it says that everyone walks together. Kakeru tells her to close her eyes when they are together on a date, and takes a picture of Naho and gives her a present, which is a hairpin. Kakeru explains that he was looking forward to Naho's lunches all the time, and then he asks her out again to study alone at the library. Um, After this whole study session, Kakeru passes his test and gets a really good grade. So I thought that was funny that, because of his his studying with her, that he does a lot better. And so later, during a science class, a teacher explains time travel, which I thought, well, I kind of didn't buy the scene because I don't think that someone who considers themselves a scientist would necessarily talk about time travel and the possibility of parallel universes. But I guess it's a way to explain the reasoning for the letters, and how future Naho exists, even though changes are happening. It kind of explains that if you time traveled, changing things would be okay because there's a parallel universe where every possibility might happen. So you would be okay to change things because it would be a different future from the one that you had left. Now, after this little discussion, everyone in the group kind of talks about it, but Kakeru says he would like to change things because of his regrets, while Naho feels like she can't change anything, that she worries about her future self, that she's still going to have those regrets, and that nothing will change for her. And then we switch to Naho from the future, talking about the last text she got from Kakeru. And the main thing is, he says, Naho, I'm sorry I did something that angered you and I can't get it out of my mind. So we know in the future something Kakeru does is mean to Naho. And this leads to Kakeru getting in an accident or killing himself. We really don't know. In the past, Naho and Kakeru talk about going in the future and the past. And Naho wants to go to the future to see how the present affects the future, while Kakeru wants to go back and erase his regrets. Later, Kakeru asks Suwa for permission to date Naho, and I guess apparently everyone knows except for Naho that Suwa likes Naho as well. It's interesting that one of the letters tells her to notice all the good things that Suwa has done for her. And then later on we notice that Kakeru notices that Naho doesn't have the hairpin that he gave her. And then it switches to a scene to where we find out that Naho was bullied by Udea, Kakeru's ex. Still the worst girl, because she pretty much pressures her to give her the hairpin. She probably knows where she got it from. And luckily, Suwa is the one that saves her. At the end of the episode, we're left with another letter entry that says Suwa was the person that saved her heart. So I kind of wonder where this is going to go. If Kakeru and Naho are going to have a good relationship or not, or eventually there's going to be some kind of back and forth between Kakeru and Suwa. So in that respect, I'm really interested to see what happens. Also, the whole thing with the explaining the future and time travel, that was really interesting too. Even though it was kind of very obvious that why they were doing that, to kind of explain how things that were changed in the past by Naho now are not really affecting the future. So we'll have to see where this goes with that. I'm still very interested to see what the next episodes have. So like always, comment below, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and I will see you next time.